Hello, welcome back to Lil's Vintage World. Today I'm going to have a little bit of a chatty video. Recently I put up a video about my book buying plans for 2019, and I thought I just wanted to talk about where I actually get my books from when I'm buying books. So this whole plan has really changed how I do buy books and, if I'm buying them at all. And the majority of places that I'm buying books is online because I'm looking now for specific books rather than just going into a shop and kind of picking out willy-nilly. I'm looking for a specific title usually, whether it be like a Patricia Wentworth or Giant Days or whatever it is. So yes, I buy the majority of them online. I shop in three places online usually, which is eBay, first and foremost if I'm after something specific that I know has been out a little while and I don't really want to pay that much money for it. So I usually go on there and see if they've got it on second hand for like £2 or £3, including in postage, which they usually do, and I think it's a great way to get books and recycle books. I also go on two other websites, which is Wordery and the Book Depository, and both of these I actually kind of use them the same. So these are for titles in which I want something that's pretty new. So whether that be a new Giant Days release, I have just bought from the Book Depository. I bought The Diary of the Bookseller, and I also bought Old Baggage by Lyssa Evans that everyone's been telling me to get. I finally purchased from the Book Depository, and I'm really excited for them to come, and they're quite new releases. So I did see them on eBay, but I thought, well, I've got them on offer, so they're for an extra like couple of pound I can have them brand new. I don't know, they're books that I'll probably read and reread. They both sound right up my street. So I buy from both of those, but it depends. I only buy really when there's a discount voucher, or there's something really specific that I want. So if like a new Giant Days has been released on a certain day, I do tend to go and buy it on that day or a couple of days after. I'm pretty eager with that. But otherwise, the Book Depository do 10% off your wish list every now and then, which is what I use to buy those books I've just spoke about. Wordery also do like discount vouchers. Usually if you buy one book, then you get discounts on like other books in your basket sort of thing. I think that's usually about 12%. I'm not quite sure, but it's usually around there. And that's when I kind of use them. The other places that I buy books is like in the physical format, so in shops. So I love supporting high street bookshops. I would love to support more independent bookshops, but where I live there just isn't any, sadly. I do have a couple of Waterstones near me within about half an hour journey. There's a couple of different ones and they're both fab. And I know Waterstones is a chain, but I'd still rather support a chain than anything else. And Waterstones have actually changed their reward system recently. So instead of like it being on like your points card and then you've got like this stamp thing, the stamps are put like on the points card itself and you get half stamps. So all I'm talking about is if you spend £10 or more, or now £5, £5 you get a half stamp, £10 you get one full stamp, and once you've filled up 10 stamps, then you get £10 to redeem in the shop. So it's almost as if you get almost a free book in a way, which I think works really, really well. And yeah, I'm really happy with that system because sometimes, when you're paying full price for a book, when you know you can buy it cheaper online, when you're like saving the pennies, can be a little bit tricky. But I do like trying to support Waterstones as much as I can, and just generally independent shops if I know that there's independent shops. The other place that I buy books is charity shops, particularly charity bookshops. I love supporting those. However, since my no book by 2019 plans, I have really changed how I buy books in charity shops. And charity shops used to be the place where I used to buy the most books. Now it's actually probably the least because, I went in there a few weeks ago and there's this book there. It was a non-fiction book. And I think it was pretty sure it was on Queen Victoria. And I looked at it and I thought, oh yeah, I'd like to read that. But I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to go home and read it straight away. So I went no, and I put it back. And I keep doing that a lot in charity shops, and I don't think I've actually bought a book from a charity shop so far this year. I might be wrong with that, but I don't think I have. And that's just because all the books that I've been seeing in charity shops, they're not ones that I want to, grab and take home straight away. I'm looking for very specific titles, and that's where, buying online comes in a bit more helpful, I'd say. So that is it. That's my ramble. That is where I buy the majority of my books from. I love buying books, but this no book buy ban has really made me think. It's so easy to slip into as well, because it's not like a ban. I do have like loose guidelines around it, but it's just making me think and making me more aware of like how many books I was actually buying, and then how many books again I was like returning back into the system because I wasn't actually that keen on reading them. So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now, and I've got a needy little pup walking around at my feet wanting cuddles, so that's what I'm going to do now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below where you buy your books from, and if your book taste has changed recently and where you're buying your books. So that's it for this video. Take care, and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.